What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a good quarantine. I hope you're just chilling out, relaxing, and welcome back to another episode of Under the Rim. And man, it's been a crazy week. I've seen a lot of weird takes, weird takes going on. This is what I predicted. Ever since this Last Dance documentary dropped, all these old heads, these OGs, all these guys have been coming out of nowhere, left and right, and just talking straight disrespect. Disrespect. I get I get Jordan was great. All right. I get Pippen was great. I get that old NBA era was great. I get everything about that was great. The way they played, the pacing, the defense, the way you earn championships. It's different. It's different. Not as like today. It's different from today. Obviously, the game will evolve and change. The game will again evolve. And I just had enough. So can't remember who made the take. I think it was Jalen Rose. It was somebody. All right, somebody was talking out the ass. All right, it was I forget who, and they said Michael Jordan would average 45 points in today's game. Okay, fair enough. 45 points. Let's look at that. All right, so we take 45 points in today's game, with the 3-point shooting, and we just imagine this is the same MJ. You just take him, put him in this game today. So he has his fadeaway, the athleticism, not great 3-point shooting. Remember that Jordan was not a good 3-point shooter. All right, I think Kobe and LeBron shot better than him, if I'm pretty sure. Do not fact check me. Actually, let me search it up right now because I want to make sure that I am just not talking out of my ass here, and I am reliably talking facts. But before I can pull up this Wi-Fi or pull up this Google Chrome whenever it decides to load, I just want to talk about this. So you people are saying that he will average 45 points. Okay, so back then it was more gritty, more slower tempo. The defense was, what can I really say? It was more hands on. The defense was more. There was not. It wasn't a, like, more contact than it is today. If you get what I'm trying to say, it was more hard fouls, hand checking. I don't think zones were allowed back then, if I'm pretty sure. Okay, so finally the internet loaded up. Let me search up right here. Kobe Bryant 3-point shooting percentage. Okay, so he shot 30 point. Well, let's say 32% or 34 or 33%. So he shot 33%. Let's see, LeBron James 3, because this is the people he's always being compared to. So LeBron shoots about 34%, and now we see Jordan 3-point percentage 32. Okay, so not that big a difference, but it's still 32 to 34 is kind of and these aren't the greatest shooters in the game today. If you take up people like Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, what is Kawhi's 3-point shooting percentage? Let me see this. Kawhi 3-pointer percentage 38%. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Let me see someone like Embiid, maybe. I think Embiid will probably in the 20s. Embiid 3-point, 32. Same thing as Jordan. So this is what I'm saying. Everybody can shoot 3 nowadays in today's game. So you bring Jordan in with kind of not as good shooting, but he has the athleticism to back it up. You have a guy like, let me try to find the best scorer in today's NBA, the best scorer in our game right now. So excluding guys like Melo because they're past their prime, I'm going to say James Harden. Kevin Durant's injured right now. So James Harden is the best scorer we can go to today. This guy is dropping 50, 60, something. And so James Harden, his highest average, let me see here. James Harden, highest, let me see, stats. Because I'm just really flustered about when people they like to just insult today's game, and it's an insult to the players, if you get what I'm saying. If you can, let me see here. I think it has to be around 30 something, his highest points per game. Yeah, 36 points per game. And I think Jordan's highest was like 37, I'm pretty sure. So when it comes to scoring, you have guys like James Harden, who is drawing fouls, can shoot the 3, can dunk on people, fade away, step back. He has all the moves in his arsenal, all the handles, the athleticism, all things like that. but he only got around to 36 points per game. And I think I'm gonna make a hot take right now. I'm gonna make a hot take. The talent we have now is better than the talent that Jordan had to face. Not meaning that it was easier for him to win rings. I'm meaning in sense of scoring, in sense of things like that. If he had to go up against guys like today, because he had the best defender, one of the best defenders on his team in Scottie Pippen. If he had to go up against guys like Kawhi, even a LeBron, Kobe in his prime. Let me see here. The bigs that can move the floor now and play like point guards. Anthony Davis, all these different people. Yeah, he'd be dunking on them, but would he be scoring 45 points a game? Do you know how many points you have to, like, if he misses once, if he doesn't score 45 once or 50 once, he has to go crazy the next game, or he has to go crazy the next few games. You have to think about this realistically. And I'm tired of people disrespecting the players and saying, "Oh, it's too easy in today's league. It's too easy." It's not too easy to score. Do you see the way these players have to score the ball? Do you see the way even James Harden? Yes, while he does play like really annoying and he does draw fouls, it does take a type of talent to be able to do that and to be able to manipulate the game the way he does. The way we say he travels on his step backs, but it's not really a travel if you slow it down. That takes talent. That takes a lot of time to practice and get used to with your gather step and everything like that. You don't see things like that back in the day. You don't see handles like this back in the day. You don't see guys like Kyrie. You don't see guys like Steph Curry. You don't see guys like at all back in the day. See, it was mostly dominated by bigs and the up-and-coming Michael Jordan, the up-and-coming guards. Clyde Drexler wasn't doing shit. All right, he was good, but he wasn't Michael Jordan level. He wasn't James Harden level. He wasn't Kobe level. All right, he wasn't LeBron level. He wasn't Kawhi level. He wasn't KD level. All right. Look at all these people playing at the same time. You didn't have to worry about all these people. Nobody has seen somebody like Giannis. All right, the closest thing we got to Giannis, and it's not even like a real comparison, is Shaq, because Shaq was so dominant. Shaq was so crazy that it's like Giannis level. Giannis could take 2 steps and poster somebody. He could take 2 steps and Euro step dunk. He's done things I've never seen in anybody's highlights before. But yet we want to come out here and argue that Jordan will be dropping 50 a game on these teams. He's not dropping 50 on that Spurs team. He's not dropping 50 on that Spurs team, on these Spurs dynasties, because they had lockdown defense. You saw what the Pistons did to Jordan when they had a real defensive game plan on this guy. He couldn't do shit. All right, and they lost the game, and the Bulls lost the game. Unless Michael Jordan wanted to win, then he turned it up. But I'm telling you, he is not scoring 50 a game. It's not saying if Michael is good enough to win the game. It's saying how much he's going to score that game. Because there are ways to definitely slow down Jordan. There are different ways definitely not to get him to 45 points. You can like the Pistons did. As soon as he tries to lift up, you ground him. Ground him immediately. You have those players that are there just for the hard fouls. Ground him immediately. Leave him open to shoot. Sometimes Jordan was on or off. He wasn't a crazy 3-point shooter. It's not like leaving Clay or Steph open. It's not like leaving Reggie Miller open. It's not like leaving those guys open. Larry Bird or anything. You could live with if you made it or miss it, but sometimes you'd have to play up, but not like who I just listed, You got guys like Klay Thompson guarding Jordan. Yes, would Jordan score on them? Yeah, but would he slow them down? Yes. Imagine Kawhi on Jordan. You have never seen somebody like that before guarding Jordan, all right? It's either been a really big center or it's been a guard like, say, Gary Payton or, say, Magic Johnson or John Stockton or any of these guys, Scottie Pippen when he was on the Trailblazers, just like things like that. But we have never seen a hybrid like either LeBron or Kawhi until they came into the league, or even KD. People are saying KD ain't scoring on Jordan. KD will light up whoever guards him. I don't care. He's not going to draw a crazy amount of them, but KD knows how to get his buckets. Like Jordan knows how to get his buckets, but there are ways to slow these guys down. There are ways to slow guys like LeBron down, slow guys like Giannis down, slow guys like Kawhi down. You can slow them down, but you can't stop them. And I'm tired of people saying Jordan will drop 50. Jordan will drop this. Jordan will drop, and then KD couldn't survive in that era. LeBron couldn't survive in that era. Kobe couldn't survive in that era. Like all these guys can survive in that era. What about LeBron tells you that he couldn't survive in that era? Okay? Yeah, I get it. LeBron flops. LeBron falls over. LeBron does all this stuff. But that's because he's trying to draw a foul. He's trying to draw an offensive foul. He's not doing it because they pushed him too hard. If somebody really tried to push LeBron, they was not moving him. They was not moving him. Without him flopping, they're not moving him. Especially him being 6'8", 200 and something pounds. Let me see how much LeBron weighs of just pure muscle, all right? Let me see here. How much does LeBron James weigh? I just want to see this real quick. Let me see in pounds, because for some reason it has to come kg in pounds. I can't spell today. Pounds. Okay. Yeah, 250. So he comes up with 250 pounds of straight muscle, all right? And LeBron has the athleticism that we've never seen before on someone his height, all right? When he came in, he could pass, he can shoot, he can do all this. So you're telling me, this is what I want to prove. Great players will find ways to be great, okay? And again, you're going to say, oh, using that philosophy, Jordan couldn't score 50 a game. Jordan wasn't scoring 50 a game back then either. Like I just said, he only got up to 37 points per game. And let me just fact check this again so you guys don't think I'm talking like out my ass. Jordan highest scoring average season. 31 points per game. That was his highest thing in the 1990-91 season, 31. So I was giving him a little bit too high. Let me go on Basketball Reference just to double check my facts. He did not play 1993-94. Okay, no, I don't know what Google is telling me. So 37.1 points per game. There you go. Okay. So 37.1. So he still didn't hit 45 or even 40 points per game. He's getting to what James Harden's doing. But I'm telling you, you miss one game. You miss one game. You're off a couple games. That is off. All right, you're streaky a couple games. You're not playing well. You're not playing your best, because players have those. All great players don't play their best. Steph Curry, Durant, LeBron, Kawhi, Clay, Luka, all these great players. You know, the top 5, AD, all these people just are off for some games. And you're telling me he would be dropping 45 points per game, easy. No, like all these old heads are saying that you are disrespecting. You are disrespecting the current NBA. You are disrespecting the players in the NBA and how much work and time they put into crafting, like perfecting their art, perfecting their game. And yeah, they took stuff from you guys, but they also created new things. Kyrie's handles, all right? He had to spend hours practicing that, hours coming up with all these different ways to score at the rim with his layups, jellies, reverses, euros, all these different things. And you're going to tell me that it's just easy for Jordan. It's just easy. Bro, this is a disrespect to all the defenders in the game. Because Jordan had the best team, he had the best defenders, he had the best coach, and it was suited around him, you know? If you put him on a worse team, his stats would inflate, but do I think he'd be dropping 50 a night? No, because if you have shitty people on your team, then eventually people are just going to start double teaming you and leaving the other people open. So you're not going to be scoring. Maybe your assists would go up, but I don't think your points would go up that much, you know? So it just, in my mind, it's kind of just disrespectful. Like I said before, it's arrogant. It sounds ignorant. It's like you're just completely blowing off all these people. And we'll get back to put these guys in the old NBA. Put these guys in the quote-unquote hard NBA, because today's NBA is too soft. You know what I'm saying? It's too easy. And by soft, I know referees call you on every single foul. Okay, I agree with that. Players don't foul us hard enough. But why? Because, you know, you heard in the Pistons document, and not the Pistons, like the Last Dance documentary, the Pistons were generally trying to injure Jordan. Why? What do you gain from that? Yes, I get it's a game and you're competing, but why are you trying to hurt the other person? Why are you trying to end this man's career? Yes, you can be competitive, but not with assaulting somebody, you know? I can hard foul you, but not try to break your skull open, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're playing basketball, but it's not worth somebody's life, someone's limb, all right? But going back, let's put guys like KD. Put KD in put KD in the old era. All right. The only people I can see stopping KD, not stopping, slowing down KD, is maybe Rodman slowing him down. Yeah, I can see Scottie Pippen slowing him down because these people can match up to his height. You know, Jordan isn't as tall as KD. So I'm telling you, KD could just shoot over him, get his buckets. Yeah, he'd be getting beat up in the paint, but you don't think he'd do what Jordan did, get stronger, work out, so he'd be able to endure that? Like, players will adapt. Great players will find ways to be great, and it's about time people start respecting the new era of the NBA. And I know that people watching now, they respect it, but a lot of people back then who used to watch the 80s, 90s, whatever, they ain't respecting it at all. And there's only a couple of like NBA legends that show so much love to the players today. And it's like guys like Iverson, you know, because Iverson had to go adversity through his whole life, his whole career, being the short guy, coming up, proving, like, earning everyone's respect, you know? And he shows love to literally everybody, and that's why I love Iverson so much, because he don't forget where he came from, but he also respects the new players that are making the game better. You know, yes, you could say I heard some people say the 3-point line is AIDS, like not 3-point line is AIDS, but like the way they play now, like just strictly 3-point shooting is AIDS. You give it to the big man in the post. Nobody knows how to post work anymore. But it's just how the game goes, you know. Like Steph Curry, like him or not, hate the guy or love him, he changed the game of basketball. He revolutionized he revolutionized how we play basketball now, because everybody's trying to shoot like Stephen Curry. Everybody trying to shoot from half. Everybody trying to shoot from the hash. Trae Young, maybe he wasn't directly influenced by Steph Curry, but he plays a lot like him. You're gonna see a lot more people shooting from the hash, shooting from deep, running around these screens and shooting, and not driving as much anymore. Because not a lot of people are that athletic, like a LeBron, like a John Morant, like a Russell Westbrook. You know, some people don't got that crazy athleticism, so they got to go the Curry route. And Curry managed to dominate in his own way. Curry was not, when he gets hot, he is not missing. Him and Clay are probably the top 5 shooters. Curry is the greatest shooter ever, and I think it's Ray Allen. Then I think you would have to put maybe Reggie on there, Larry, and then Clay. But Clay's earning his way up there. This guy ain't even dribbling the ball, and he's dropping 60, all right? So we need to respect the new game. Yeah, we can respect the old game. I respect those guys. I respect everything they went through, what Jordan went through, what Scottie went through. Guys like Ewing, Larry, Magic, all these guys of the past, all these amazing players and what they did. But you got to realize that the game could be harder in ways today than it was back then. Yes, back then it was harder with the fouls and things like that, but now you got to learn about the zones, you got to learn about the defenses, you got to how do you stop Golden State? You're going up against guys like Durant, Curry, Clay, Draymond, all on one team. How are you stopping that team? How are you stopping that team if you're by yourself? If you take Jordan and you put him on, let's say, you take, because I don't want to say the Cavs and just put him by himself. You know, give him some help. Give him one other player. Around then, I want to say the Bucks. Say him Bucks. Replace him with Giannis, and you have Chris Middleton. Is Jordan stopping the Golden State Warriors by himself? Because it's just him on that team. It's pretty much Chris Middleton can hold down Clay, and then Jordan's on Curry or something like that, or is it Jordan's on Durant? But who's stopping Curry? But then if you're on Curry, who's stopping Durant? But then if you're on Durant, who's stopping Clay? You know, and then Draymond's the enforcer. He's getting the boards. So it's all about perspective, and I think a lot of people just like to talk out of their ass and not really dive deep into things like this, because I don't know. It's weird. And yeah, you could say Jordan never averaged below 20 points a game in his career. It'd be easy for him. It'd be so easy. No, you know that last season he played, yeah, his 3-point percentage was decent. Like, look, okay, so he came back, he retired at the end of the 98 season, retired 99, 2000, 2001. Came back that first season. This is what you can consider the turning point of the NBA. You know, the beginning of 3-point shooting, not as intense as it was, but it's starting. We're starting to get there. We're in the more modern NBA. So in 2001 to 2002, this man shot 18% from the three. 18% from the three. 18. I'm a bring that back. 18% from the three. And you want to say, oh, that's not his prime years. Not his prime years. Okay. Let's see here. 3-point percentage. 97-98 Jordan. 23% from the three. 96, 97, 37. His highest here, which is crazy right here, he shot 50% at 94, 95. I wonder how many 3-pointers a game he took. Attempts a game. He shot only 2 attempts a game. So 2 threes a game on average. When he shot more than that, bruh, his first season, 17%, 16%, 18%, 13%, 27%, 37%, 31, 27, 35. That 50% a year, 50% a game though was a huge outlier. What the hell? And guess what? He only averaged 26 points per game. And I think this is because he only played games played. Yeah, he only played 17 games in the 94-95 season. So what are people trying to say when he'd be this crazy dominant person 45 games? I'm gonna say Jordan will average at least 35 points per game if he was in today's game. 35. I don't see him going over 40. I do not see him going over 40. That's my personal take. That's my whole hot take on this thing today. And I want to reassure you, Jordan is a great player. He would still win rings. He would still win MVPs. Would he average 45 points a game? No. But he'd still be a great player because great players find ways to be great. But let's not overhype and let's not be nostalgic. Let's be real here and look at the actual stats. Like, I'm going to say his best shooting year, realistically, was 95-96, where he shot 42%. He played all 82 games. Pretty good. He averaged only 3 threes a game. Let's put that in comparison, all right? Let's show him. His highest year was, 42%. So let's compare it to a guy like James Harden, all right? James Harden. There you go. And let's see his best shooting year would be, let me see here. He has 37%, 36. So he shot 37% from 3 and he averaged 3-pointers attempts a game. But then down here, he averaged, he averaged 10 attempts a game, or 10 attempts a game, 36%. 13 attempts a game, 36%. So this is what I'm saying. Jordan was averaging less threes and a higher field goal percentage. So that's why some of it was in the 40s, something like that. If he goes over that, I don't think he's making as much, Maybe he'll adapt. Maybe he'll learn how to shoot. Maybe he'll learn how to shoot better. Who knows? But even with that, I don't think he's breaking 40. I don't think he's breaking 40 at all. But I want to thank you guys for listening to my rant. Feel free to debate with me. Don't want to turn it toxic, though. I'm only here just to talk ball. Nothing else. Thank you much for listening. And I'm trying to release a couple more videos coming out on my YouTube channel this week. Something about Larry Bird. I see a lot of people sleeping on him. Toronto videos, LeBron videos, something about Kareem. I just have a lot of things cooking up right now. Thank you so much for listening. You can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/theycallmemythic. You can find this podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. And again, I'll see you guys next week.